Hello everybody and welcome back to Insight 2022. My name is Joshua Smith. I'm the agency director over here at Neishloss Fleming. Right now we're going to get into some virtual leads. We've gotten a ton of questions over the course of the last couple of years during the various lockdowns that we've had with agents that are trying to do something a little bit more outside the box than traditional business reply card mailers. So we really thought it'd be a great tool and a great introduction to bring you all virtual leads for the 2022 Insight that we have here today. So on today's agenda, we're going to be talking about a few different things, including the definition of a lead. Then we'll go into some vendor-provided lead options. Then we'll go into some self-initiated lead options. And then we'll wrap things up by how to work these leads to achieve maximum efficiency. So starting off first, let's talk about the definition of a sales lead. Investopedia defines a sales lead as, a sales lead is a person or business who may eventually become a client. Sales lead also refers to the data that identifies an entity as a potential buyer of a product or service. And that's a really long way to give an example of what a lead is. But one of my friends, Jerry Smith from JLS Associates over in Canton, Ohio, I love his definition of a lead because his definition truly is the perfect summation, which is an introduction. A lead, no matter which way that you cut it, is your introduction to talk to a potential client. So whether these leads come in through normal channels, as we call them, with business reply card mailers or anything such as that, or a referral or anything, all it is an introduction. And when we're talking about virtual leads, those are also these same types of introductions. These are the ways that you're able to communicate and introduce yourself to someone that has initiated that conversation through virtual mechanisms. And we'll get into a little bit more of those, of what those exactly are in just a second. So let's talk about vendor-provided leads. And when I specifically talk about these, there's a couple of vendors that we're going to be working with, and that's going to be one, your insurance group, and two is going to be Lead Concepts. But starting off here for your insurance group, YIG, I might refer to them in the future. They are an integrity partner. So they're with us, through thick and thin. They've been a great asset to not just Neishloss Fleming, but nationally across the US as an integrity partner. They're an invaluable part of our business as it stands right now. So normally, YIG, the way that they conduct business is, one, they're a final expense shop, but two, they also operate as an in-house mailing service. So they're able to create business reply cards, send them out to any and every neck of the entire continental United States, and give you leads at a very effective price. So when we're talking about YIG, it's a company that's been in the business for a while. But mostly they've been focused with those, like I mentioned, business reply cards. But talking to them this past year, something that they've recently have introduced to all of the Integrity Network and any of our downlines are these digital leads. And the ways that they do digital leads is they have a Google AdSense account, and they'll be able to work through leads all across the entire internet, and they'll be able to focus on your specific demographic and geography to give you very inexpensive leads coming right to your inbox at any given moment. So these are instant leads that come directly to you, and you can choose any territory that you'd like. The great part about this is that the prospects, they're surfing the web. They're Googling things like Medicare, how does it work, what does it do? And on the side of their screen, they're gonna see, hey, come talk to me about insurance, or what kind of questions do you have about Medicare? And they'll click that box and they'll fill out a form. After they submit that form, that information goes instantly over to the agent via email, or you can also opt into text notifications as well. So it's as soon as that client clicks submit, bam, you've got a notification right in your inbox that you have got a lead waiting for you. It's got a ton of great information. We'll get into all the information that's included in those lead programs. Right now, they've got Medicare Advantage, life insurance, and final expense options for these internet leads that you're going to be getting. Throughout the Integrity, they've been really focused on test groups and test organizations. And one of our Integrity partners has been closing about 30% of these leads that come through the door at 100% over the phone. So these leads are going to be a lot different than maybe your traditional business reply card leads, where they're filling out the forms on paper, they're submitting it, and then you're going to give them a quick call immediately and try to schedule that face-to-face. When we're working with internet leads, these folks are more tech savvy, so they're more receptive of being able to, instead of answer the call and scheduling that first appointment face-to-face, they'll schedule that call, and then they'll just complete the online form and online application so that you don't have to have that windshield time to go see all these folks face-to-face. You can sell them 100% over the phone. And it really changed the game for some of our integrity partners in the way they kind of look at leads. So no longer are folks, sending out business reply cards, waiting the 3-4 weeks down the line, when you can start up this program and start seeing leads within that first week. It's really great, a whole lot less confusing, and when you get those leads instantly, that person is already just filled out that form. They get the call from you in the next 1 to 5 minutes. That lead's going to be yours, no problem whatsoever. There's going to be no confusion. You don't have that 3 to 4 week long period of time where your clients are going to be, oh, I don't remember filling out that form. Henry, did you remember filling out that form? Taking the guesswork out of it. You're calling them up. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I see that you just filled out this form online. I'd like to help you out with some questions that you had about Medicare. Do you have a few minutes? And they're going to say, oh, I just filled out that form. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. It's going to be able to completely change the way that you're conducting your business and working with those introductions to your leads. So going back into your insurance group and how that form that they fill out. So when your clients are clicking through, they're going to be able to see information that your clients are filling out. And that includes phone number, first name, last name, their address, their state, their city, their zip code, email addresses, date of birth. And there's a couple of really cool things that YIG does here is they ask a couple questions. The first question is about prescription drugs and if you get discounts when you go to the pharmacy. That's indicating right now, hey, this person may be low income subsidy, and may be able to get them a special election period. The question number 2 is going to be, do you receive those extra helps paying for those prescriptions? Would you like to receive additional information on that? So really asking those 2 follow-up questions really again, it gives you that heads up to more information about your client than typically a BRC does. And then you're also going to have obviously the date timestamp that they click the submit button, so you're able to identify effectively when these folks filled out that form. And just as for a quick example of what these forms do look like, when it comes through on the client side, they'll see what's your email address, what's your phone number, are you new to Medicare, there's some new updates, and the answer to the questioning about the discounts for prescription drugs as well. The other vendor that I alluded to earlier is folks that you may be familiar with, and they're called Lead Concepts. Lead Concepts is a company that we've worked with for a long time, talking years and years and years. Great reputation across the senior insurance world. They do a great job of business reply card mailers, but like YIG, they've been getting into the fray for internet leads. Now, they've been working with direct mail for 30 plus years. We've got a great relationship with them. Like I mentioned, they're dipping their toes into the digital leads market. But these are right now available for any Neishloss and Fleming agents. We'll be happy to work with you, find out some geography that would be exclusive to your area, and then we'll get you hooked up with some great leads. But again, very similar to YIG, these are instant, they're exclusive, and these leads, as opposed to coming through Google, are coming through Facebook marketing tools. So these are going to be specific to Facebook. So when you are calling those leads that come in, hey, I saw that you clicked our information on Facebook. I wanted to give you a quick call, find out what kind of questions that you have. The great part that it comes through Facebook, you know that they're online. They're tech savvy again. They're looking for people to talk with, to connect to. They're looking at their grandkids, pictures like through, their nephews and their grandkids pictures and identifying with their family. But also they see something onto the side that says, hey, do you have any questions about Medicare? They click into that. But now you're part of their online ecosystem. You can talk to them on Facebook. You can message them on Facebook. Don't be shy about reaching out to these folks electronically if that's the medium of choice for them. The agent feedback right now is that appointments are being set at about 20%. So again, these are coming in instantly, calling them up, hey, would you like to spend a few minutes on the phone with me while we go through some of the questions that you have about Medicare? Yes, great, let's get into it. They've got leads for T65 as well as anyone that is 65 years old or older. So like YIG, Lead Concepts is also able to provide you those instantaneous leads as well. And so when you get leads through Lead Concepts, you're going to be able to see the information provided being the name, physical address, phone number, and email for all of these clients that are coming in. The great part about these is that you also receive a weekly report on each and every one of these leads that you get. So at the end of the month, if that's how long you decided to go through this platform for, you'll get a comprehensive review every single week of any of the leads that have come through, just to make sure that you are working each one of them and that no one is falling through the cracks. But really a great part about this too is that if you do set up that month-long campaign, you can really gain momentum in the community. You know, if folks in a specific zip code that we can set up for you are seeing the same leads or the same ads all the time, they may get used to them. They may be able to say, hey, I just filled out this ad, some really nice, agent give me a call, hooked me up with insurance. If you see this ad, go ahead and, fill that out. They'll be able to talk to their friends. You'll be able to talk to them about how you're working social media and get some additional resources that way as well. Because if you're running an appointment with someone that is tech savvy, maybe they have some tech savvy friends, families, neighbors, or anything like that, that you'll be able to get some additional referrals from as well. Here's some opportunities, or here's some of the ideas that Lead Concepts does have for their leads that they have. So you have additional coverage leads, you got T65 leads and 65 plus. If you have any questions, if you need me to send you any of these copies online as well, be more than happy to send you any of the emails too. So self-initiated leads. So we just talked through, the different vendors that we have available for you to purchase leads with, but maybe you're thinking yourself, maybe there's ways that you can start developing your own leads coming through, and I'm gonna go into how you can utilize Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and even your website to really drive your own self-initiated digital leads. So let's start things off right and talk about Facebook. We already talked about how Lead Concepts does their own ads. Well, there's nothing limiting you to doing that same type of opportunity for yourself. Seniors right now are the fastest growing age demographic on Facebook. It's huge. The amount of seniors that are logging on, signing up so that they can interact with their peers, family, loved ones is amazing. More seniors now, more than ever, are online. And there's also some incredible reach for the price. I was talking to one of our agencies that has really invested into Facebook marketing recently, and he said that he spent about $500 and got 184,000 impressions right in his neck of the woods. Like, it's really effective how many eyes that you can put your lead in front of, to put your business in front of, and put that you're there to help support them in the Medicare market. It really does a lot to drive your online presence, especially if you're not only just doing your Facebook ads, but if you're updating your Facebook content, if you're updating your profile, your business's profile, to make sure that you've got accurate information for whatever election period that we're about to head into, but also just information about your company. Who are you? What are you doing? What makes you different? Share some pictures, share some insights, share some stories that you've had in the senior insurance market to really drive the content and the collaboration between you and your clients. It's really a set it and forget it model as well as far as the ads go. So you can pay for the advertisements, and you can just set how often that it goes out. You can set your budget and however long that you can spend per day. So if you only want to invest $10 per day, but you have a budget of $1,000, you can set all of those parameters into Facebook to really go at your own pace. But also don't forget that there are carrier-specific leads out there. So we do a great job about presenting you opportunities with generic ads, and we can work with you and on our graphic design team to make sure that you have everything specifically for you. But if you also want to use some of the carriers, we've got digital advertisements available for Cigna, AARP, and more. So if you ever want something branded specifically for you, we can work together and we can collaborate with the carriers to drive some additional business your way through Facebook. If you have any questions about, starting your own Facebook channel or starting your own Facebook webpage, let us know. Integrity created a really amazing how to create a Facebook business page webinar. It's an entire packet with a ton of great information on how you can start yourself getting into Facebook. It goes through a step-by-step guide on everything that you're gonna need to know to start your own Facebook page. And I alluded to a few of our custom marketing opportunities. Take a look at the screen here. We've got a few of our pre-existing ads that we've created just to generate some opportunities for you right out of the gate. But all of these are customizable. We've got our own compliance team that'll make sure that everything that you send out there is compliant by CMS standards. And it's very plug and play. If you like any of these, let us know and we can send you the files. You can put them on your Facebook page and get started right with the advertisements immediately. Self-initiated leads on YouTube. So these are leads that you're able to generate through your own video content. So these are client prospects, and one of the things that we've done here is we've opened up our YouTube studio for agents to come in and do their own presentations, or we can teach you how to generate that type of content on your own. But the idea behind it is to generate those client prospects, and you could do those with some really great YouTube videos like Medicare 101 content. You can advertise your Medicare seminars and all of your calendars, and you can make sure that you're keeping up with any changes to the Medicare market and putting that right on your channel. You can also use that as a referral source for additional prospects. You can aim content to financial advisors, to agents outside of Medicare, so that you can say, hey, check out my video, and post that onto your LinkedIn content, and that will generate more people your way, so you can get more referrals that way as well. And also, if you're doing anything, building up your own agency, you can use this type of tool for recruiting downlines. Here's what makes our agency special. Create a whole video on it, do testimonials, throw that on YouTube, and you're gonna have a lot of potential agents that are coming your way as well, wanting to know how you can help them out in the market. I alluded to a little bit of LinkedIn as well, but you can really utilize LinkedIn a ton, especially if you're working that same angle with your YouTube page. If you're generating interesting content, you can post that onto LinkedIn, and you can get a lot of different referrals by the network reach that you have on there. Really building your business-to-business relationships, building that strong network so you can create that steady list of referral sources. Again, you can use your LinkedIn as well to recruitment for opportunities for agents if you're looking to recruit. And you can also create content, be an expert in the field. LinkedIn is great because there's so much that you can do to drive home the fact that you are a leader in the senior market. And there's a ton that you can do by building web content, filling out different types of videos, and showcasing yourself and your agency to the business-to-business network. Additionally, having something on your website, www.blank.com, that's something that you need in today's world. If someone is searching on Google for insurance help, they're going to want to visit a website following that immediately to make sure that you are verifiable, that you're an actual person that has a website. It builds your reputation, it builds that trust instantly with any of the leads or clients or prospects that you're hunting for. It gives you a unique opportunity to tell your story as well. And because you're having all of this, and you're creating all of this content not just on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, but your website is one place that you can go to showcase all of your suite of portfolio into one content. You could have separate links and separate widgets on each of those pages to make sure that all of your followers are going to your different avenues of your digital content. So now that we've got all of these leads that we're working on and bringing these leads over to us, now we've got to talk about working those leads. And the important concepts that we're going to be talking about is timing, communication, consistency, and tools. So first things first, if you're working leads, timing is the most important, especially digital leads. If you're getting something instantaneously, when someone fills out a form, there is nothing stopping you from picking up your phone and calling that lead immediately. They're currently asking for the information right now, so you have to jump on it as soon as humanly possible. If you're late, you're out. Communication. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but it bodes repeating. Leads that come in digitally may provide you with alternative communication channels. So if someone is on Facebook or on Google filling out a form, they're tech savvy. So the folks that are tech savvy are more apt to receiving calls and text messages on a cell phone, more apt to receiving email address, and they also have those social media profiles already engaged. Feel free to engage all of these clients and prospects through the channels that they're most comfortable with. Any way that you can engage really should be the best means of success. So if they're on Facebook filling out a form, call them up on Facebook. Ask if you can connect with them on Facebook and share your profile with them. It's a great opportunity to build your reputation in the senior network within your community. Working leads consistently. Don't stop calling after 1 or 2 attempts. So just like the Boston song, don't ever stop thinking about yourself when it comes to helping your clients. You need to be calling more than just once or twice. Sure, they fill out the form, but maybe they're filling out the form while, they're looking at their kids' pictures or something like that, and they're so ingrained into that. So if you miss them the first time, that's okay. If you miss them the second time, that's okay. Our own research and development here at Neishloss Fleming shows that you've got to call these folks at least 6 times at a minimum to set that first appointment. But that's crucial to be able to making your investment worthwhile. If you're paying for these leads, you want to work them through their full potential. But if you're giving up after 1 or 2 calls, you're really limiting yourself and costing yourself some dollars. Additionally, people have different schedules. So try back at different times. I've got agents that have told me that they call every day at 9 a.m. for Monday through Friday to follow up with their leads. But that may be super unproductive because people do have those different schedules. So mixing it up a little bit. Call your leads at 9 a.m. on Monday, 11 a.m. on Tuesday, 3 p.m. on Wednesday, or something to that effect, just to mix up the times that you're doing. Because if they're on a strict schedule, then you have to kind of meet them outside of that schedule. Again, average 6 attempts for our own internal shop here at Neishloss Fleming. So working leads, you've got some really amazing tools at your disposal. Digital leads equals digital clients. Clients who are searching online can use online enrollment methods. Using Medicare Center, you're able to engage these clients over the phone, email. You can text message any of these clients and get a scope of appointment or send the actual app right to their phone so that they can click on that, go through all of the forms and details, and then complete that application while you're with them over the phone or at their own leisure. But you don't have to utilize these tools and utilize this digital content just so that you can go and visit them at their house and waste a bunch of windshield time. When these people are energetic, they're interested right now. So capitalizing on that lead right away is of utmost importance with any of the tools that we provide here at Neishloss Fleming. So in conclusion, again, a lead is an introduction. By utilizing digital resources, you're opening the door to a whole segment of your community that you may otherwise miss. We've got some really excellent vendors through Your Insurance Group and Lead Concepts that want to be able to provide you with leads, not just through AEP, but through the rest of the year as well. Digital leads needs to be followed up on fast. If you're late, you're out. And we can help you grow your digital presence as well. If you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to call or email any one of us here at Neishloss Fleming. We're all on board to assist you in any of your goals for this season. Thanks so much for joining us here today. We really appreciate your partnership, and we'll see you next time.